What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet, and this is my weekly gaming news show. Let's talk about the games. This episode is proudly sponsored by the guys over there at Crunchyroll.com/boogie. That is the premier #1 way to stream anime or manga to any device for a low monthly fee. Now, not only do they have a huge catalog of videos for you to watch and manga for you to read, but they're adding new shows all the time, including some shows that premiere on the service just a few hours after they premiere in Japan. But they're actually adding new shows all the time. In fact, most recently, they added Attack on Titan Season 2. I know a lot of people have been excited for this and waiting for this. And if you want to start watching it right now, professionally subtitled, all you got to do is go to Crunchyroll.com/boogie, sign up for 30 days for free, and you can start streaming it right now. Due to popular request, I'm actually finally going to watch Attack on Titan. Yes, I know. I never watched it. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. So the first thing I wanted to talk about this week is that Xbox One is finally getting another little taste of what it's like to be in the PC master race, in that you will now finally be able to get self-service refunds for games you purchase on your Xbox One if they turn out to be terrible. Now, if you're not a PC gamer, you may not know that Steam and even Origin and other services like it do allow some level of refunding. Obviously, you've always been able to do chargebacks, but when it comes to Steam or Origin, you actually have a guarantee that if you haven't played the game for more than a few hours and it's within a certain refund window, if you can't get the game to load, if you can't get it to play on your particular rig, or if the game just isn't any good, you can get your money back, generally in form of credit, so that you can purchase a different game. Now, the way that Xbox is doing it is pretty similar to the way Steam does it. If you play the game for less than 2 hours and within 14 days of the purchase date, you will be able to refund the game. I don't know how that works with pre-orders, but presumably within the first 14 days after the game launches and you've downloaded it. So can I please say thank you to Xbox for making this hugely pro-consumer move? This kind of thing can actually really hurt their bottom line in the end of the day, and it can also really upset some of the developers, specifically developers who make very, very short games. And we've heard from some of those developers that they are sad to see the consoles moving in that direction. However, this is obviously very good for the consumer. This is something that console gamers deserve and something that console manufacturers should provide. I'm looking at you, Sony. You need to get on board. Can I just go ahead and say that I love what Xbox has become over the last few years? When they took their lumps at the beginning of this console generation, they decided they were going to double down for the gamer and for the consumer and really start setting an example for the rest of the entire company to follow. Xbox is now very pro-consumer in a lot of different ways, and I love it. Hopefully one day Microsoft will follow suit, but at least for now, Microsoft is setting a very good example. So got a quick question for you. Did you get one of these NES Classic Editions? Because if you wanted one, I really hope you did. I did, thanks to my good friend Jeff, actually sending me his second one. I still owe him big for that. Well, if you haven't picked up one yet, bad news. You probably will not be able to pick up one because it has been discontinued. Now, this move has confused a lot of people. Doesn't confuse me. But the NES Classic Edition was highly profitable, and it was very popular. So why Nintendo would choose not to make any of these is anybody's guess. Some people believe it has something to do with the Nintendo Switch and its success and then needing to ramp up manufacturing there. Some people believe it's because the Super NES Classic Edition will come out later this year. I personally think that it has to do with the fact that how easily this thing was hackable, and many people hacked it and actually added additional ROMs to it, turning it into the best emulator you could buy, and maybe Nintendo became aware of that and decided that they couldn't continue making them and maybe get a do-over with a SNES edition in the hopes that they can keep people from hacking that one, which, by the way, Nintendo, won't happen. We will hack it. Now, the good news is if you didn't get one, there's supposed to be one more restock before the end of April, so check your local retailer or check your online retailer for a restock date. It is possible you will still get one of these at retail, and I guess you could buy one off of eBay, but they're already going for like $300 or $400 there, and for that same price, you can buy a Nintendo Switch, and you know that they will eventually put these games on the Nintendo Switch anyway, so it just kind of seems like a waste of money. I hate price gougers. Even though I know you're just trying to make a living, dude, I hate price gougers, but more importantly, it frustrates me that Nintendo puts us into this situation by not printing enough of the product so that we can buy the product. So a lot of people wanted me to post a reaction to the Star Wars Battlefront 2 trailer, and it's only a 2-minute trailer, so there's not a lot of reaction there, but if you want a reaction, here's my reaction. Holy crap, this game looks like it might be good. Minor spoilers here for the trailer. I don't know if people really worry about spoilers for video game trailers, but The trailer looks amazing, as usual. The gameplay looks amazing. And it actually seems like there's a narrative here. It looks like there's going to be a narrative, although I believe it'll be very short. It looks like there will be a narrative here, and it does look like this game is going to touch on all major points in the Star Wars universe. The first trilogy, the second trilogy, and the third trilogy, with characters from all of that stuff, including Rogue One, and holy moly. I cannot wait to play this game. I am hyped. I am officially hyped. You did it to me, EA. I'm hyped. But let's try to maintain some sort of realistic expectations here. We got to keep in mind this is EA again publishing it. So we know the cost is going to be astronomical. $60 for the base game, $40 more, $50 more for the season pass with a deluxe edition and so on and so forth. That's all going to be there. And we don't know how much content or what content will be in the game. It might be a very content-like game. If there is a story mode, it's probably going to be fairly short. We don't know how short. Hopefully it'll be a nice, full, robust game with a reasonable price model. Who knows? The good news is EA seems particularly confident about this game. They're hyping it up already pre-E3. I'm sure they're going to hype it at E3 as well. And then on top of that, they are going to have another open beta for this game, it sounds like. I'm sure they'll connect it to their vault so you can get early access if you pre-order. I know you're getting early access there. And don't forget, they allow you to refund this game now on Xbox One and on Origins as well. So I think they're feeling pretty good about this game, and I hope that that's a good sign that we're going to get some real value here, because we deserve a good Star Wars game. Please, EA. And look, EA, can we just talk for a minute? Just me and you. Forget the audience, and let's just talk. You know, as a Star Wars fan, and as a fan of your games for a very long period of time, I feel very strongly about this one. I think it's super important that you get it right, not just for your bottom line, but for the company as a whole. And I know this is a licensed game, and I know that license is very expensive, and I know you want to get that money back. But I think it is possible to use a very fair business model here that allows everyone who purchases the game to get access to all of the maps and all of the different game modes, and still find ways for us to voluntarily spend money on cosmetic things and things along that lines to help you get your money back. Let this game be a love letter to Star Wars fans. Let this game be a love letter to your own fans of the company and the games that you publish. Please make this one of the best values and one of the best games you have ever released. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your fans. You owe it to the license. So just get this right. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This game could be bigger than Call of Duty if you get it right. Please get it right. Look at this. This is insane. This is all I ever want to do with the rest of my life if you make it good. So get it right. I really don't want to have to sick Francis on you, okay? And then finally, I did want to say about the Nintendo Switch. I told you whenever we have good news about the Switch, we will talk about it. Well, you can't get much better news than this, because it looks like a report has shown the Nintendo Switch sold 2.4 million units in its debut month. That's unheard of. Now, what this says to me is that Nintendo has a real winner on its hand. And if you remember, I did say that in order to get third-party developers to develop for this console, they would need some very good sales figures in the first month. Well, there you go. I mean, that means if a game can come to the Nintendo Switch, it probably will. The same company that confirmed these 2.4 million sales is also projecting now 7.5 million units to be sold in the first year, which obviously is incredibly better than the Wii U, but is pretty damn good for any console. So I think that it's safe to say that the Switch, despite its many flaws, is a success. And I think the reason for that is, again, innovation. It has a lot to do with the device itself. Even if the device isn't perfected yet, even if the Nintendo Switch isn't the best that it could be, it has a few flaws, the concept is really solid. People love the idea of taking the same games that they play on their television on the go. And I think we will see people copy that. Now, obviously, the Nintendo Switch is based heavily off of the NVIDIA Shield, which allowed something similar. So now you have the Switch. I would expect PC gaming to try it again. I would imagine NVIDIA to try it again. More importantly, I would expect other console manufacturers to do it. I would expect to see Microsoft try an Xbox-branded handheld like this and a PlayStation branded handheld like this. And the good news is, because of how underpowered the original Xbox One was and how underpowered the original PlayStation 4 was, you could possibly see very similar hardware in a handheld version in the next 2 or 3 years, I would think, and I would hope. And what a wonderful world that would be if 2 years ago we got a portable PlayStation 4 that played the same library that you already have in the digital library for PlayStation 4, or same for Xbox One. What an incredible world that will be. At least for now, though, I can play Legend of Zelda and hopefully soon Super Mario Brothers and Mario Kart while I'm on the potty. Eventually it'll be Uncharted while I'm on the potty. But still. So yes, I'm here to admit I have never watched Attack on Titan, which is bizarre because you guys recommend it to me all of the time. You say it's a must-watch series. You guys have even sent me gifts related to Attack on Titan to the P.O. Box, and I feel so stupid that I've never taken the time to watch it. But now that Attack on Titan Season 2 is on Crunchyroll and everybody's super hyped, I'm ready to finally start watching it on Crunchyroll. Here's my question. Can I just jump right into Season 2, or do I need to watch Season 1? Because look at this, I'm on the Crunchyroll website right now. That is 28 episodes, 25 episodes from the previous season, which is a pretty big time commitment, and then the 3 new episodes available for Season 2, and these are being simulcast. As they come out of Japan, they come out on the website as well. So I could be watching it currently, but if it's worth a time commitment, I will work my way through Season 1. So please let me know if I should start watching Season 2 or go through Season 1 in the comment section below. And for those of you who've never watched Attack on Titan and want to see what all the fuss is about, all you got to do is go to crunchyroll.com/BOOGIE. You can sign up for 30 days for free, and in that 30 days you can watch Attack on Titan and plenty of other things before they rebill you for your first month. And if you do that, you'll be helping me, you'll be supporting the show, and I would really appreciate that. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.